And I do believe we're live. I will just go to live scene. Hopefully the camera will be there. And we have no camera. I will fix that. I can fix that. Let's do this. interesting. We don't seem to have a camera, so I will... Bear with me, bear with me. And there we are, I fixed it. There we go. There we go, I fixed it. So, yes. Hello, it's Saturday night, or Saturday evening. It's just gone 8 o'clock. It's about 10 past 8 here in the UK. And I am live. I have got some water in a pot. And I am about to paint and chat. So I have got some Warhammer 40,000 miniatures, and I thought what I might do is I'll just paint and have a chat with you at the same time. So, you know, enjoy and let's chill. So I will kind of be looking at the screen to my left, because that's obviously my OSB Streamlabs, but I've also got my paint next to me. So basically I am painting Warhammer 40,000 miniatures, which I've yet to paint the crew, and I'm looking at the camera because obviously I want to make sure they're visible. There's still a few little bits I need to do, which I will do in a second, tidy them up. The artillery shells and things like that, because they're not exactly the colour that I want them to be, so we will do that as well as the crew. The crew are on these bases temporarily. They're held on with blue tack, so you know, I will keep an eye on the I've lost my train of thought. I've lost my track of thought. Never mind. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing tonight, and of course I'm chatting. So at the same time, so I will get a. Let's see. What do I need? I need something to put these on because they've got blue tack underneath them to hold them in place. It just helps me to be able to. Have I got an old paint pot somewhere that I could almost throw out? What's that? Might want that one. Definitely want that one. What's that one? Gretchen green, need that one. That's camo green. Basically, yes, I am literally just listing. Ooh, Karasburg Crimson. I could use that. That's nice. That's a wash. What's this one? Astronomicon Grey. Ooh, might you have use for that? The colours you forget you have in your Warhammer 40,000. Yeah, that's dry, so we can use that to paint. So I will put a miniature on there. Oh no, that's one of the gun crew. The hands for the gun crew are actually attached to the controls. So this is Imperial Guard Field Artillery, or Astra Militarum if you're modern era. But I want to paint ones that are actually... We'll start with that one. I like that one. So we'll just reposition him. Because he's held on with blue tack, he probably won't be so easily held on. Right, but first I need some gunmetal. Oh, a bit too much, but we'll have use for that. In fact, what I'll probably do is I'll probably go over these with gunmetal and then let them dry, and then use the other layer. So I need a bit of water. I don't want that to be too thick. Yeah, that's fine. I just want that to sort of wash over the artillery shells. Now, my Imperial Guard army is Tanith first and only, so Gaunt's Ghosts, if you know the novels, they are amazing. I love the work of Dan Abnett. He is such a good writer. He's written novels for Doctor Who as well, and he's also written for the magazine 2000 AD. In fact, I'm probably going to repaint these artillery shells as well silver, because I think they look better silver than red. And then what I'll do is I will get some black paint and basically give them a wash of black paint to just fill in the gaps and make them look a bit more. I nearly washed my brush in my Coca-Cola. And this is actually supermarket owned brand. It's not the genuine stuff. Now I'm actually going to dry my brush off before I wash it, because I don't want to overload the water with metallics. So what I am going to do, I really should be wearing gloves for this, because I will get paint on my fingers, but we work with what we have. So as you can see, I'm painting the entire figure silver, because there will be metallics on this, but it just gives a, it's unusual to do it this way, but I like it because it allows me to see everything that I need to do. Mind you, he is a bit of a loose cannon, but because obviously he's not actually glued to this base, it just gives me a secondary base coat over the as I say, it just gives me a bit more to work with. So there we go. And this is one of my live streaming playlists playing in the background. This is basically to try and keep things interesting when there's sort of moments of pauses, you know, for me. So we are going to, and yes, I'm even painting the flesh tone metal, because once this metal paint has dried, this metallic paint has dried, it will once this metallic paint has dried, I will be able to do the rest of the colour scheme in over the top. You know, I was in two minds whether or not to go online tonight. It's been a bit of a roller coaster of a week. It still is a bit of a roller coaster of a week. I guess, you know, it's just. I mean, this could be done with a dry brush, but I like to give it a full paint. I memm, you know, they don't show up very well on camera anyway, so you won't really see any of the detail because it's 28mm miniatures, but it gives me something to do whilst I sort of thinking about what I'm going to say and how I'm going to say it, you know. But yeah, this week's been a bit of a roller coaster, shall we say. Got paint on my thumb already. I just realised I've got top chat on, not live chat. So long, you know, things haven't really been going according to plan. I was looking to write this week, but I didn't get round to doing that. I thought about recording, but again, didn't really get round to doing that either. That's down to me, not anyone else. That's down to me. Because if you see my social media regularly, you will know I've got some, you know, something big in line for my my 40th birthday. It's a collaboration. Trying to get some of this. It's water-based acrylic, so it's quite safe. That's one of the gunners. So he's on the. He's sick. See, it's nice that I paint whilst I've realised it's nice to paint and chat because it gives me something to focus on and helps me to think if I do have long pauses, so nothing is really lost. And of course we've got the music playing in the background, which I'm glad I came across. There's the next one. Ooh. and get this at a reasonable rate, because this isn't a base colour. This is actually... I don't have any army painter. I'd love to get my hands on some of that quick paint that they make. It's coming off the... There we go. Should just hold it in place whilst I... There we go. There's one more to be painted. They'll take some of them will take a little bit to dry, but you know, they're pretty. Even if we just get one painted this evening, that's more than I've got painted in a long time. I mean, I've got about 2,000 points worth of Imperial Guard to paint for my Tanith First Only army. It's a combination. I'm using some Necromunda models as proxy guard in my army because I wanted that sort of Hive World feel to it. Just get rid of this excess paint because I don't want to contaminate the water too much. I'm just checking I'm just looking over at my other screen to. Oh, done it again! Done it again, you silly boy! Silver paint. That's okay because we've got somewhere. I've got some. There we go. But let me know if this playlist works. I've got one that's a bit more sort of electronic and 80s and called Epidemic Sound, which is a royalty-free music website, and I've actually got an account with them that allows me to link my channel to their website, so I can play this music without getting sort of any issues of playing it. And I like to play by the playlist that I've set up on the website so that I get the benefit of it from... Something just distracted me. You know, so I get the benefit from it. Now, this is Carroburg Crimson, which I was going to do these... this is what they call a wash. I should have a wash brush for this, but I don't. I want to put these on the rockets for the rocket launcher because I think they should have a slight red tint to them. I use crimson ink, and I used to keep that to one side, especially for large creatures and things like that. So. Do let me know in the chat if it's buffering. It seems to be buffering for me because I've got it on my screen. Obviously, I'm seeing it on OBS Streamlabs real time, and it's a slight delay on YouTube, which is only natural. Guinevere, hello, lovely to have you here. I'm just painting miniatures whilst chatting and sort of... Was there some... No, that's you know. And how's your week been? I hope you are well. I was at the historical house today volunteering. I was in the Brown Gallery, which is one of the long galleries. I did get a photo. I will post it up later. At the moment, we have a season about Vita Sackville West. She was one of the family members. She was friends with Virginia Woolf. And, you know, she was an interesting individual, very interesting individual. I won't go into details because it's a very long, complicated sort of history, but you can find out about her online. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I hate having a migraine. I get them. And I am left-handed. Yes, I am left-handed. All my life. Now what did I want to do? Drab. There we go. Drab green. Very dark green, this one. Yes, this is a base colour. So this is the next colour I'm going to use. But yeah, no, I'm left-handed. I'm actually what's known as cross-lateral. I'm actually cross-lateral, which means I'm left-hand dominant, but right-eye dominant. So my right eye does more work than my left eye. I can still see out my left eye, but my right eye does more of the work. So I am now going to do. The reason I like using a secondary base coat of metal is that it allows me to pick out the... Yeah, it's always been a bit strange to me, but you do get used, you know, I've got used to it. It just means I can't do things like draw exact circles by hand. You know, I can do it digitally, but I can't do it in reality, which is a shame. But you know, it hasn't stopped me. It hasn't stopped me at all. It's just slowed me down, shall we say. It's all part and parcel of my neurodivergency. I mean, I've obviously been neurodivergent all my life. I'm never not going to be neurodivergent. And you just sort of live and learn, you know, live and learn. You adapt as best you can. Now this doesn't matter if the paint goes on the base, because these are actually going to come off these bases because they're actually going on the artillery bases. But which one shall I do next? I wasn't keen on painting this one because of him being the way he is. But I've discovered this Epidemic music, which allows me to play the music on my profile during live streams, and it makes it so much easier because obviously you can all hear something whilst, you know, I'm not talking. And it doesn't feel like there's an awkward silence, so... But, I don't know how long I'm going to be live streaming for tonight. It's 8:34 already, and I've been going 37 minutes, so according to OBS. Good little polka. Need a little bit more paint there. So, you know, I'm also looking at doing some gaming streams in the future. I downloaded Fortnite, but it's taking forever to update. But I play Lego. I've streamed some Lego Fortnite. As if it's mine keeps buffering so much. How's my internet? My internet seems fine. It must be their end, not my end. Da, da. I might do another coat on him. I might do another coat on them. Hello, 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 hello. So, you know, I'm kind of working on models and things and getting back into other hobbies, and obviously if you're familiar with social media and all that, to anyone who knows me from my Twitter, I've been quite busy with collaboration promotion, so hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll get some more people. I've been quite active on the creation front for that. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, I really do as well. You know, you're more than welcome to voice, because obviously, like me, you're a voice actor, and I think you know, I'd like to find some more people to help me out, and it's the final chapter in this ongoing story. I mean, Miss Chic ASMR is participating. Rosea ASMR, I'm not even looking at the camera, I beg your pardon. Rosea ASMR is participating. They're reprising their characters from the last chapter. If you haven't seen it, I will make it available, or it is available to see on my channel. Let me just have a look. I can put it in the chat if anyone wants to have a look. I have paint on my fingers. I normally wear like gloves. Ah, there we go. There we go. So that's for anyone who's interested in catching up with the story, and there might be a few filler chapters that I might do as well, so I'm not referring to Maximus's soiree as chapter 3, I'm referring it as the final chapter. That's the plan anyway. So I might do, you know, I think I will do some solo chapters in between with just Maximus if I get opportunity. Otherwise, because I'd like to have this final chapter out or premiered around the time of my 40th birthday, which is in July. So which would be nice. I mean, I've also got the wish of reaching 1,000 subscribers, or even getting monetized, but I can't see that. Actually, I don't think I've ever shown this to anyone. Let me just lower the music. Let me just lower the music because where's the volume? Because I really do want to share this with everyone. I'm really proud of this. This is for the future. This is for the future of the channel. I am so proud of this. I really want to show this. So this is the subscriber membership and super chat responses that I had set up for the future. So where is it? Hopefully you'll be able to hear them. I'll turn up the desktop audio right up. So here we go. This is subscriber. So that's subscriber. Then we've got membership. And finally, super chat. And you know, I'm really happy with those, because when the time comes, they will hail. I can put the music back up now. Oh, sorry. Yeah, they are a bit loud, but they're only going to appear during. They're only going to be used during live streams. So obviously, when the time comes and people can join, it will let me know that people have joined, and I'm really excited to have that ability to be able to create them. And yes, that is the sound effect that I have used is supposed to sort of represent the laugh of the Tyrant King. So you know, it's all and the visuals are sort of representations of him. I created that through Gencraft, through their GIF creating, so it's AI. Oh, okay. So I kind of, you know, just put them together through OBS, because I wanted something for when the time comes that I finally sort of reach my target. It's taking time, it's slow, but it'd be nice if I could reach it by my 40th birthday, which is July. shall see. We shall see what happens. But there we go. 15. Do you know, I think I prefer this playlist to the sort of 1980s. I actually do think I prefer this one to the sort of 1980s, 1990s dance track playlist, which I'll keep for myself for when I'm perhaps I'll paint that box. I probably won't paint these all tonight, you know, I'll just paint parts of them, and just want to get their base coats done, really, or their secondary base coat. He needs a bit more. But yeah, you know, if you know my storyline, I have been working on this. You know, I have been working on this storyline for nearly 3 years now. It's obviously not gone in the direction I hoped it would go, but it's taken directions beyond, you know, what I was expecting. But I'm still very happy with it. I'm still very proud of what's been achieved, and you know, everyone who's been involved, and you know, how it's been. Hi Sage, hello, welcome. I'm just sort of painting models and chatting tonight. Nothing too strenuous, and talking about my channel and everything that's going on. It's really sort of, you know, I'm feeling good. I am feeling good. I'm in a good place. Sort of. Thank you. I mean, the entire story from chapter 1 started in 2020. As you know, my channel turns 4 years old this June, 24th of June. So I'm hoping to do an anniversary or a channelversary live stream for that. And then of course there's my 40th birthday, which this collaboration will be part of. And yes, it is. May the 4th be with you. May the 4th be with you. Or 4th be with you, May. 4? Oh, yes. No, I can't. I'm not. I'm more. No, see, I used to be able to do Chewbacca. I used to be able to do Chewbacca, but I can't do the. I think voicing General Jericho has prevented me from being able to do a proper Chewbacca impersonation, because I when I do that, when I voice that character, it really does damage my vocal cords. But of course, as you know, the voice behind my vampire leader, Lord Volcott, I'm just putting a little bit more blue tack on his foot. It is very much inspired by Darth Vader. Very much inspired by Darth Vader for the rich, deep. The difference, obviously, being is, you know, James Earl Jones voiced Darth Vader, but for the rich, deep, booming voice. But yeah, you know, I'm kind of building up this storyline, bringing this last hurrah sort of storyline to a close. As I say, it didn't go in the direction I anticipated, but it's good because I can now take Maximus in a new direction, which is something I really want to do. Oh, thank you, Sage. Yeah. I used to do a lot of. Are we talking about the Chewbacca or the Yoda? Oh, Yoda, you seek Yoda. I have got a Grogu as well. I actually do have a Grogu. So I won't get him at the moment because my fingers have paint on them. I should be wearing sort of medical gloves, but I don't have any, so I'm sort of working with what I have, which is nothing. But yeah, you know, I did post that. Oh, thank you. That's really that's. I don't know if I gave you one of those, but yeah, there's one for you, Sal. You know, but basically, story-wise, if anyone's interested, I did put a list of named characters up today on the channel. I've created the improvisation guide for anyone, and I will write scripts on request. So, you know, I will adapt, create, whatever. You know, it's your shout, not mine. As a rule, as you know, I will never approach anyone. Technically, this is kind of me approaching people, but not directly. This is just me putting. I will probably clip this and put this out as well, so people can see this bit from the live. So, but there's a lot behind the scenes stuff going on. I'm working on visuals, and actually I think my wrist. It's amazing. My wrist starts clicking after even after sort of 2 coats. My wrist starts to sort of twinge. It's not nice. I don't want to. I can come back to them anyway. They can. That's not an excuse. It is. But yeah, I've sort of, and of course, if you know my friend Graham on social media, Graham Lapam, who I'm sure is watching at the moment. Hello to you. You know, nice to have you here, as always. Sorry, just in my chair. Yeah, so he sort of helps me out behind the scenes, and we sort of yeah, I mean, mine is because I'm motor dyspraxic, so mine is motor dyspraxia, linked to my being neurodivergent, autistic, among other things. So my sort of muscles and my top half is underdeveloped, my lower half is overdeveloped, muscle and reflex wise. So it's, but you know, it doesn't stop me, because the other thing this is something I'm going to have to announce. I'm going to do it. I've been encouraged, and you've heard it here first. Maximus is going to be appearing on camera more often. He will become a live character. I've developed him so much. He is literally a part of me. I've got his personality down. I've got his characteristics, his voice. Apart from the fact that I have to change the tone, the pitch, to be much deeper, but he's been a static image for too long, and it's about time he actually started. I mean, characters. I mean, I've already done, as you know, I've already done Vespasian. I have got a second video of him, but if he doesn't get used in the Lost Hurrah, which I don't think he will, I will post him up as a separate, what I call a Lost Voices video. But characters like, for example, Trajan, because he has his own face, and it's just my voice. Obviously, I can't bring Trajan to life visually unless I animate. I would love to be able to animate my characters. Perhaps that might happen one day. You know, we can see, for example, Gwyn. We can see Cleo and Trajan actually walking and talking on the screen like a proper animation. I don't know how I'm going to achieve that, but I would, you know, that is my... Speaking of which... you know, so... Yes, he... Poor Trajan, he's having it a bit rough at the moment. If you've seen the latest, obviously Gwyn knows because we perform the voices of Cleo and Trajan together. But poor Trajan has had it a bit rough lately, thanks to Maximus. You know, Maximus really seems to have it in for the poor bloke. But I think he is the side of me that's resilient. The reason he goes through so much is because he resembles my resilience, my perseverance, my want to keep going. You know, that side of things. Each character that I voice is a bit of my personality. I mean, Maximus is probably the personality I don't let out in reality. He's sort of the side of me that allows me to project the parts of me I don't want to project in reality. You know, he allows me to release the pent-up anger, the pent-up aggression in a safe and creative way. Trajan is more my, I guess, my sort of the side that is sort of closer to the real me, just with a slightly different voice. I mean, for example, Gideon is just a shopkeeper, you know, and sort of contact of Maximus and Cleo, Geoffrey and Garen of Trigon. I guess they sort of represent my industrious side. Geoffrey having that awfully performed accent. I'm never sure if it's supposed to be Scandinavian, Scottish, sort of. It's based on a character from, or a voice from the first Dungeon Siege game, and I've never been able to pin it down correctly. But anyway, you know, all the characters that I perform are pretty much elements of me, yes. And I've kind of developed them to become sort of a projection of me, you know, in, as I say, in a safe, creative manner. And I think we all do that, really. You know, we all sort of have our inner selves that we want to unleash, but we can't always unleash them. So we create these characters as content creators, storytellers, and we live through our characters. It really does. As I say, Maximus is the side of me that allows me to release my aggression and my anger in a safe way. You know, when he goes when he sort of says, "Don't you dare ever do that again," in that sort of drawl. That's sort of how I feel. You know, that's how I always felt in the past. Not with the accent, but you know, to say to anyone that angered me in the distant past, you know, because I went through a lot in my younger days. And he is the emotions and the feelings that I wanted to unleash when I was younger, and being Twitter feed, you will have seen posts about it from you know, because I am very open about what happened to me in the past, but it's not something I want to talk openly on camera. It wasn't anything sort of heinous, but it was cruel. It wasn't anything that you know, would make anyone want to. Yeah. It was all mental rather than physical. It was mental. But you know, I'm still here. I'm 39 and I'm still here. You know, I turned 40 in July, which is a big milestone. I hit my yeah, I guess it would be my Ruby. Ironic that the new I celebrate my Ruby milestone in life with the current companion of the new Doctor, which starts next week. It has the name of Ruby, so you know, who knows what that means, you know. But I have my world to escape to, which is very important. You know, it's growing. It is growing. I've added some new artwork in my folders for the city of. I'm never sure if I called it Frostspire or Coldspire, but it's the capital of the frozen land, the frozen wastes, or Tundrulla, as you know. So we've now got the Firelands, the frozen wastes. I haven't done the plagued lands yet, which is these are all out of. Oh, I've got them sorted in order of date modified. There we go. Cold Harbour. That's the name of the capital of the frozen wastes. Cold Harbour. And I've been working on. We are slowly getting towards. There's going to be a subplot involving. So a lot of people have told me that, Gwyn. A lot of people have told me that. I do feel I'm at that age now. I can be very selective about what I do in life. Whether or not I will actually go by that, I don't know. But you know, as I say, if I could make storytelling or writing or something like that primary goal in life, that would be amazing. You know, as I say, I've been I will be doing a live stream for my 40th birthday if I've not had my gallbladder surgery. Well, gallbladder surgery dependent, of course. I'm still waiting to hear on that. And then, of course, obviously the same goes for the premiere of the Last Hurrah Maximus's Soiree. But it's all there. It's all coming together. And you know, yeah, so. But as you know, I'm very active on promoting everything on because it just means so much to me. You know, I've worked hard for the last 4 years on this channel and this content. I mean, not every video is the project related, but I mean, you know, I have a total of 474 videos. So, you know, I will soon be, if once I keep going, I will be at 500 regular videos. And how many live streams have I done? It doesn't seem to count the live streams. It seems to count the, unless it counts the live streams as because there's other things I want to do, because I've been playing about with artwork in the, not that I'm going to, but I dabbled it for a day or two with what would my world look like if it were a Magic the Gathering world. So I did a few silly little card artwork. I didn't do cards or anything, I just did the artwork. So, you know, just for fun, not official, you know, just for fun. Maybe I'll share the little images I did. I didn't do many, I think about a dozen. Yes, yeah, they are. So they're obviously counted differently. I'll have to work out how many I've done since. I've come a long way since doing live streams since. When you consider I started out doing everything on my phone, you know, using it as a camera, using it to record my voice. You know, I didn't get my Blue Yeti until late Christmas. No, I got that Christmas 2020, or just after Christmas 2020, probably in January 21. So about 6-7 months after I started. And then obviously I invested in a digital camera, which I'm using. If I do record, I don't really use the camera to record outside. I use my phone for that if I'm doing an outside video. But for live streaming and recording at home, I use this digital camera. And if you saw the photo on I did share a photo on my feed of my setup. It's a very basic setup. The camera's actually sitting on Lego. I actually built a Lego rig for it, so it's sitting on a large sort of rig of Lego. That's why it's possibly at a slight angle. There we go. That should have. Let me just have a look at. Yeah, I'm not centralized. That's it. I'm more centralized now. But you know, I've been writing and sort of creating art. I do use GenCraft for my artwork because it's affordable. It's I know not everyone agrees with that style of artwork, but for someone like myself who is on a very, very tight budget for content creation, it works out for me that, I mean, eventually once I am able to afford it, I would like to get some professional artistic creativity involved, but for the time being, everything I create is by me at an affordable rate shall we say. So it makes it easier for me as a creator. For what else? What else do I use? I guess I use sort of the affordable Photoshops and things like that. So what was that? Oh, it's okay. Something distracted me. Notification. Yeah. So I am looking for. Long story short, as I say, I'm looking for people to help me out. So if you know anyone who might be interested, send them the tweet, send them the list, or I can let them contact me. They can contact me via DM, email. I've made the improvisation guide very, very accessible. So if anyone wants to be involved, they don't even have to contact me directly. They can just look at the improvisation guide, or contact me if they want a script. As long as they let me know who they want, what they want to portray, or who they want to portray, that would be incredible. The more people I can get on board to help me out with the story, because I'd like to make it. And I've made sure to include male and female characters in the lists, because I want to. But of course, I will adapt, and if anyone wants, non-binary, gender fluid, I will adapt as well. I will accommodate, absolutely accommodate. Everyone's welcome. So, drop me a line. Absolutely drop me a line, because working, I have to say, the ASMR community is one of the most, and this is not me just saying it, because it's true. The ASMR community is one of the best communities I've ever been part of. Although I do sort of Warhammer, and I'm also into Doctor Who, there's parts of those communities that can be incredibly toxic. I don't involve myself in those sides of the community, but I've never come across. I'm sure we have our ups and downs, but I've never come across anything that has ever caused me reason for concern. That is how I feel. As you know, I'm one of those people that will treat everyone with compassion, empathy, kindness, and I really do mean that. I really do mean that. It's very important to me, because I went through a whole part of my life where I got none of that. I experienced a lot of heartache and trauma, and I'm not gonna go into that, because obviously this is not a therapy session. But at the same time, it's moulded me into the person I am. I don't want to be that. I've taken the experience and turned it around, and that's exactly how I. Oh, thank you, Gwyn. Another one for you. Thank you. I just. I struggle. I do have my moments in life where I see, I still sort of. Here's me having a moment and there's circus music playing in the background. Oh dear. Oh, you gotta laugh. If you can't laugh, what can you do? Sometimes it's the smallest thing that snaps you out of a moment like that, and thank heaven, thank the universe for humorous music. So, what was that one called? As I say, I've got the playlist up on my laptop because I keep it playing on top of. There we go. So, oh, hello. What's going on here? I think that, I mean, that is exactly why I created it. The Continent Monarcha and the Ondarian monarchy, which is now referred to as the entire Three Nations. The Forest Realm and the Desert Realm are its provinces, so it's now fully the Ondarian monarchy, which is not just. Sorry, I've got blue tack in my hand. It's like a fidget. It's evolved. It's definitely evolved. I mean, as you know, I'm now talking about going into places like the Land of Lioness and its capital city, Avalon. So that's going to be interesting. And then we're going into the Plagued Lands, and it's I can never remember. Isn't it strange? I come up with all these names, and then I can never remember the names of maps. There we go. Where's the continent? There we go. Bloodspire, the city of the Plagued Lands. Actual name is Shadowmire, and its capital city is Bloodspire. But it's not a land controlled by vampires. It's a land that goes back to the time of the Tyrant King. Basic backstory is he attempted to invade it. They resisted, and in order to punish them for their resistance, the Tyrant King used magic to turn the land into basically a quagmire of horridness, and it's roamed by horrible creatures, and it's kind of the homeland of the Sclade, who at the moment aren't playing such a big role in the story. They are there in the background and they have been mentioned, and I've got lots of artwork for the Sclade. I've got lots of artwork for a lot of characters and beings in the world. You know, I've got nearly 2,000 pieces of artwork for characters, and possibly. Yeah. The reason Avalon survived is because he was defeated before he could even get to Avalon. So that's why the land of Avalon and the city of Lioness survived, because he tried to go to Shadowmire, and basically that slowed him down. So yeah, you know, the Civil War because we are going to be covering the Civil War as well. That is part of the Lord of War and Heartache history that we are going to be covering. See, I know my live streams always go back to what I create. Okay, thank you for joining. I will see you at the next stream. Thank you very much. Lovely to have you here. So what was I saying? Yeah, I mean, I know I talk a lot about my content, but when you worked as well, I sent you something that kind of explains that. But if you don't want to know, don't open what I've sent you, because that kind of gives the game away. I might actually keep it back. I might actually retract it and keep it back for the future, because I think I want to take it. Yeah, I think what I will do is I will rewrite that script. Still keep the same characters and the same premise, but I will change it dramatically. I will take out a lot of, because as you say, the more I'm thinking about it, the more suspense. No, not at all. Not at all. I'm glad you raised that, because I think the more I've been thinking about it today, and I think we do need. I think it would be better for Cleo to actually be back in the land of Lioness and in the city of Avalon, so that we can learn her backstory. I think she needs to be home to really shall we say, open up about who she really is and why she's there. I think, yeah, I think so. I think it will be better, because then it's special. It's special for you, special for me, Gwyn, because then we've sort of, and just because she's home and we know and we'll learn about her, the story won't end. The story's not going to end there. There's so much more. Cleo and Trajan, even if things happen and they learn more about themselves, there's so much more I want to tell. There's so many more stories we can tell with them, because they are so dynamic. They are dynamic characters. They are fully four-dimensional, dynamic characters that, Trajan with his I've been pronouncing it Leoness. I've seen some people pronounce it Lioness, but I think Leoness, to be honest, sounds better, because then it sounds much more mystical, fantastical, and I think that is the Cornish pronunciation for the sort of lost mythical land of the same name. Yeah, he kind of came about by accident, really. I needed a character for Cleo to sort of reflect off, her strong-willed, sort of, and throughout they've sort of grown closer to each other. Of course, when we first met them, as you recall, she was very sharp with him. He wasn't very bright. She was very sharp with him, and got into trouble, but as they've moved on and their journey has continued, I think the dynamic has, their friendship is stronger. Their friendship, because when we first met them, he'd only just become the business partner of Cleo. So no, I've got a feeling that that is the proper Celtic pronunciation for it. In the stories, it does make sense to me, because it's the real Lyonesse was supposed to be off the end of Land's End. I mean, it's like because there's I saw someone on YouTube once that actually said they believe that Britain is what's left of Atlantis. Make of that what you will, but their response to the question, why do you think that, was, it's because it's so full of myths and legends and mysterious sort of lost realms. Yeah, I think next to Maximus. Well, hello, welcome. Nice to see you here. You're very welcome indeed. You know, and yes. Just double check something. Sorry, my phone buzzed. But you know, it's all part of the grand scheme of things. All these projects and okay. Okay. Roast beef sandwich with Swiss and some franks. Okay, very nice. Is that what you had for your evening meal? So yeah. So anyway, you know, the evolution of my characters have some have evolved more than others. I think, as I said before, Cleo, Trajan, and Maximus are my most evolved characters. Others are more. And Rafik, actually, I think Rafik, because otherwise. No, that's not fair, because Volkov and Corvus are probably the other two as well. Oh, let's face it, they've all evolved. It's just that they've evolved differently and at different paces. You know, I think... I don't think I've ever had chicken bouillon. I have to. I can't say I'm aware. Interesting. Interesting. I assume you like it, and if you do, that's absolutely fine. So yeah, they have. They have indeed, and I think that's the sort of important thing, that they have become, they have sort of become quite okay, it's from Germany. Okay, very good. Never tried it myself. Never tried that dish. I'm sure it's very good. Oh, like schnitzel. Like schnitzel. Has breadcrumbs on it. Yes. Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, so how long have I been streaming for? Okay, okay. Well, if that's something you enjoy, you know, as I say, I've never had that. I never really eaten food from Germany, so I can't comment, to be honest with you. You know, I'm yeah. If you like it, that's absolutely that's absolutely fine. You know, I used to be able to eat certain foods, but I can't anymore because of my gallbladder. You know, so I've been waiting to have it taken out, and I've had to change my diet entirely. Because obviously, if I didn't, I'd be very very ill. So well, you like it, and that's what matters. That's the important thing. You enjoy it, and I'm glad you do. You know that's very important, very important indeed. Um, so do, 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 do. So yeah, you know, if as I say, I keep yeah, it's sort of it twinges every now and off, every now and then if I'm not if but I'm very careful about what I eat now, very careful. So it but the sooner it's out, the less stressed. No, no. Where's Ramsgate? I don't know. Mm. Oh, okay, okay, right. Yeah. So yeah. Well, I am actually over the time limit that I was going to do. I was going to do. I'm about 8 minutes over my. Um, yeah. Yeah, I've dealt with it. I've dealt with it. Anyway, I'm going to call this live stream to a close. I will see you. I will see you very soon, and we will.